But before we show them, how was the experience? I can't remember if I asked you, like, as far as pain, like the things that you were most stressed about when you thought about doing this. Just kind of speak to that. Like, was it as stressful as you thought? And it's okay, be 100% honest. I'm doing this live. I'm asking.
Okay.
I'm just curious. Like, what was the part that was maybe better than you thought, and what was the hardest part of this whole process?
Well, the hardest part, of course, was the surgery, but the recovery part of it was not as bad as I expected it to be. So that was the better part of it. Now, coming in that next time and still having to have stuff done because my gums and everything, that was a little bit of a setback. But other than that, I mean, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, or scary, I guess, is probably what what my first. Yeah.
I remember your face before you went to sleep and going, yeah, she's nervous.
Yeah.
I would be too.
I was very nervous. So yeah, it was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. If that makes any sense. Yeah.
Well, that's what most people say. As far as with the temps, you had to be on a soft diet, but what was the difference from your original teeth to having temps? Tell me about how that played out in your life. Did you feel like, what was it like having temps, meaning the good and the bad?
Okay.
The good was that they looked a lot better. The bad was, fill the blank.
There really wasn't any bad to it. I mean, I was a little bit paranoid on what I could eat, but then I could eat more than I could before, if that makes any sense.
So the diet was easier than you thought?
Yeah.
More or worse? I just, they're wrong?
Well, no, yeah, it was easier than what I thought it would be.
A bunch of people commented last time saying that I always ask easy and predictable questions, so I'm trying to ask harder questions. I don't know what to say. I'm kind of off too, so. But well, that's good. Did you feel more confident?
Yes.
As far as your smile?
Yes.
Good.
It took me a bit before I wanted to get out anywhere because I didn't want it to be a big shock to anybody.
Yeah.
And so I just recently started to, and no one has said anything to me except for one person. And the only reason why she said anything to me is because her daughter's having to go through some stuff. And so she complimented me on my teeth. So she wants to get all the information and everything else. And then I did tell one of my other best friends about it. And the first thing she said to me was, so you can eat candy? She's like, I want to know where you're going because I want to do that too. I'm like, okay. I know. Yeah.
Well, you've been sweet as pie the whole time. I appreciate it. COVID definitely made things a little crazier for us, and we got behind. We're still in the process of catching up, but I really want to say thank you for just being so understanding. And I know there was times when people would call and tell you what's going on. You were probably confused because I was training new people into positions, and it was like Dr. Hendricks is spread in 50 directions. And I've never been so busy my entire life, but I was trying so hard, but a lot of my patients couldn't see it. But again, I remember the ones that were not so nice. I just want to say thank you.
No.
It means a lot to me. So more than you know, that period going through this in life, I'll never forget the people that were kind when they didn't mean necessarily kind, So it's pretty emotional here, but anyway, thank you. So, all right, let's get to the smile part. So why don't we go ahead? I want you to go ahead and take off your mask and show them first. Okay?
Okay.
I want them to see it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, wow.
They look so good.
Yeah, they look good.
They look good?
Yeah, I like it. Wow.
I really like them.
Are they too white?
No.
That's what you're worried about? Okay. Now when do I get to see them? I really didn't. I didn't peek. I didn't peek.
You got to pee? Is that what you said?
I didn't peek.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
No, that I'm
I'm
fine.
going to let you take
Okay.
a hot seat right here.
Okay.
Go ahead and pull up.
All right.
Ready, Felipe? Okay, go ahead and take them off.
Okay. Oh my God, I like it. Oh my God, I love them. I really do. I love them. Yeah. Thank you.
I love them too. I was so excited for you to see these ones. I don't know.
Thank you.
That was worth everything, just seeing that.
Yeah, I love them. They're so beautiful. Thank you.
I can honestly say they're nicer than my teeth, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Patients at these times, like we're all smiling together. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
their teeth are gorgeous. I need to get my teeth done.
I love them.
You
You like
guys,
them?
I love them.
They look
I love
good.
them.
You can tell the before.
because I could tell in body language that you were nervous
Yeah.
about these ones, huh?
Yeah.
I don't always communicate what I know, but I could tell, and that's why like this was important to me too, because not everyone has that confidence. Because gosh, I mean, it's like if you're, I don't think we got 90% on the first ones. We were like at maybe 70%, and I knew it was a long ways to go.
That was the big shock of the first ones, but yeah.
And shade was a big thing too, and I kept on saying, okay, just trust.
Yeah.
I know it's right, but
Yeah.
I think.
They look
Yeah.
great.
I love them.
How do they feel in your mouth?
They feel good. I mean, I'm gonna have to practice my S's again, my S's. But no, they feel so good, and they do. They feel really, really good,
Awesome.
and lighter than I expected. When we're talking about the ceramic and everything, I thought they'd be heavy, and they're not. They're great. I love them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, so the next step, because it never ends. Just kidding. We just need to check your bite.
Okay.
You guys are coming from you don't have to come back in 2 or 3 weeks, but typically for most patients that are here to local, we'll see them back in the first month just to check the bite after you've been eating for a little while.
Okay.
Because biting down right now is one thing, but when you start to do the candy and do the steak and do the chicken, which you're all
Yeah.
going to do, you'll have different movements. As you do those movements, you'll get clear about maybe there's one little spot that we need to tweak.
Okay.
And so this is the extra things that we go through just to make sure it's perfect. So, even if the bite, if you feel like, okay, I can't do corn on the cob right out the go, that's probably expected. They're so brand new, and they're really sharp, right? You're not used to having something sharp, and so it's almost like sensory overload a little bit. And so, but that's why I give you a little bit of time, and we come back and we tweak it just a tiny bit here, and it'll be perfect.
Okay.
Questions? Anyone?
No.
I don't have
They-
any questions.
They just look good.
You got emotional. Why was this important? I can tell. I was trying to.
Well, my mouth cries, it just makes me.
She's tough. I can.
Yeah.
She doesn't cry much, does she?
No, not really. But no, not really. This is important to me, so.
So my mom's behind me there, and like I'm a mama's boy. Always have been. So yeah, you're so blessed. You're so lucky to have these two kids. Who comes? Your demographic. Take off a day, come up here just to support your mom.
Yeah.
Like, do you realize that is so rare? Like, you're a rich person for that. Like, I really want to honor you guys because I love my parents. Like, they're my heroes, and I get emotional easily. So thank you guys for being here.
Oh, yeah.
You got a special mom.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
I guess so. So this is the story here. This is where we started. Let's go to what they look like today.
Oh, I love them. Yeah.
And we're gonna give you these pictures too, just so you know,
I love them.
if you want
Yeah, of
them. Side
course.
by side, check that out. I love. Look at this face. There's so many things. Look at the face support. Just
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
the shade. I like the gums where they're at.
Yeah.
Because genetically, you're built like me. You have
Yeah.
gums.
Mhm.
But we were able to like give you just enough that you still have your character,
Yeah.
but not so much. And again, I love this. Some people are really, really opinionated, and I can't always guide them as much because they're so.
Yeah.
But you were easy, and I just love the presentations. It just looks awesome. Do you have a CT picture? Okay.
This one here.
And so the CT, I don't know if you guys saw it before, but that was in the surgery.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
That's the plan that we put together. We did extra implants on the top, going back to some of the soft, just the bones, some of the things that we
Yeah.
never know how it's going to be in surgery, but we put a little more in there. And what I love is that the bone level is perfectly right where it needs to be. So we're
Yeah.
baselined perfect.
Awesome.
So what do you do to keep it perfect? Stay healthy as best you can. Try to avoid getting any big sicknesses, right? Cancer, stuff like that. So stay healthy. Go to your maintenance visits, whether they're here or they're down in Arizona, right?
No, New Mexico.
I always say that too. I don't want wherever it is, you just want to make sure you go a couple times a year. And it's not just for cleanings, it's to check everything. It's to check the screws, it's to check the tissue, so we can guide you and basically let you know, like, hey, you're not cleaning really well right here. 6 implants on the top is good, but it does create a little bit more area to clean.
Okay.
It's kind of like if you have 6 wheels on a tire on a car.
Mhm.
It's like everyone wants 6 wheels until you have 6 wheels. They have to take care of 6 wheels.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
but I know you're gonna do great. I'm not concerned about that. But just make sure it's like right between where they're tight.
Yeah.
You just know where the implants are. We made it so you can see them if you look really closely.
Yeah.
That's where you got to focus.
Okay.
And then every 6 months, I want you to be part of the you got to be partnered. But like I want you to, every time we take an X-ray, like take a camera picture,
Mhm.
and then you diagnose too. It's like, hey, that looks the same as last time. Awesome, I'm doing great,
Okay.
right? And so I like to give all this information because if I can have someone invested as much as I am, there's no way that nothing's going to go wrong on this,
Yeah. Okay.
right?
Mhm.
So, but that's that simple. They look great. I'm really excited. And
Me too. Me too. I love them. I love them.
I like,
Perfect.
you guys have any other questions?
no questions here.
Okay. Well, we'll let you guys get out of here. Thanks for
Thank
hanging
you.
out, trying to get this all ready for you. So,
Oh no, thank you. Thank you so much for everything. Really, thank you.
and thanks guys for coming. I just think it's awesome.
Do you all get to eat anything like right
Anything.
now? Okay.
Yeah. You can take her to the bar if you want. I don't know.
Sounds good to me.
Open up a beer can.
Oh no, not even.
It's like,
I ain't gonna do that.
no, what I would say is this is the first couple meals, eat anything you want, just
Okay.
do it slow.
Yeah, no, I
Why? Because your cheeks could be just